Go ahead, Anita.
Thank you so much. I have a quick Iran question, then a longer domestic question. Just starting with Iran, their new president said that he is willing to have talks with the United States. He did give some conditions, and he also said he's willing to talk again about the nuclear program. Is the White House willing to play ball here?
So we have long said, and I kind of said this in the beginning, that we view diplomacy as the best way to achieve an effective long-term solution when it comes to Iran's nuclear program. That is something that we have been pretty consistent about in the past 3.5 years, and we believe that having those diplomatic conversations when we talk about our relationships across the globe is so critical. However, we are far and away from anything like that right now. So we will judge Iran on their actions, not their words. Always been clear about that as well. And if Iran wants to demonstrate seriousness or a new approach, they should stop their nuclear and regional escalations.
And then on domestic matters, first of all, have any figures from Ohio asked the administration for any help or assistance to safeguard the vulnerable communities there? Is this something you're considering? And then secondly, just zooming out, looking at the world and looking at your use of the word dangerous so many times today, what sort of message is the combination of these threats against the life of the candidate and all of this rhetoric, what messages is sending to American adversaries about the strength and the power of democracy? What would you say to them about that?
So two different things. You're asking about Springfield, Ohio, and I said this last week and I'll repeat it here. First of all, we got to condemn any type of hateful smears and conspiracy theories. And when you do things like that, it does make people feel less safe. It does make communities feel less safe. And it's hateful. And you've heard from the mayor of Springfield, you've heard from the governor of Ohio saying this is not true. And these are two Republicans who are saying this is not true. And we've seen what that has done to the Haitian, in this instance, the Haitian population. And it is not right. It is not okay. Going to get to your question. So since day one, the president has always wanted to make sure that communities across the country have the support they need as we talk about migrants coming into their community and wanting to make sure that they have the help and the resources available to them. And so over the past 2 years, we have provided over $130 million to help communities across Ohio hosting recently arrived migrants, including Springfield. And since this past spring, back in April, DHS has been directly engaged with the city of Springfield and local officials to make sure they have the support they need. But again, this goes back to something that we talk about all the time from here, which is the bipartisan border deal. It is critical and important to continue to move forward with that. Republicans got in the way because of what the former president said. Do not do this. Do not move this forward. They put politics over doing the right thing for the American people. And so we're certainly want to see this move forward, but they've gotten in the way in getting a needed assistance, a continued assistance when it comes to migrant resources in these types of cities.
And then the world is watching. Is democracy dangerous?
I mean, look, we are always going to condemn any form of political violence. That's something that we've always been very clear about, whether it's here or abroad. And I will quote what the president said when he was at the McCain Institute just last year. Democracy means rejecting and repudiating political violence. Regardless of party, such as violence is never, never, never acceptable in America. Those are values he and the vice president have always stood for at home and in the world. Opposing political violence at every turn and encourage all leaders to do the same. So we're going to be very clear about that. We've been consistent. It's not just here domestically. We're going to continue to condemn political violence abroad as well as here. And that is what the president and the vice president has done for almost 4 years.